Hi po, kamusta? If you're new to my channel, my name is Valerie, and in this channel I talk about my immigration experience, things I have observed in the US, immigration updates, and many more. If that is something that you are interested in, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. San kiss tayo today? Today, I'm going to share with you my US passport experience, or how to get my US passport after my naturalization. So today, I'm basically going to share you the requirements needed and how the process went and everything. So first of all, you want to make sure that you make an appointment online, or there are some places that they accept walk-ins. So you can, if you want to make sure, I would probably just set an appointment. But if the place is really close by from where you live, then you can just check out and see if they accept walk-ins. So for us, we have a place here that's close by. We didn't check it. We actually just set an appointment, and we find out that, oh, they accept walk-ins. And you have so when we first trying to figure out like where are we supposed to go to do the passport, so you can actually go and search for postal office that does US passport services, and then it will give you an option for an appointment schedule. So for the post office, some post office does US passport services, some doesn't. So you want to make sure that the one that you're going to has the service. Okay, so we set an appointment, and our appointment was April 30th of this year, 2024. So we went to our appointment to the location, and then our appointment was around 9:15. We got in there, and he asked us if we have the form. So we're like, oh, I didn't know that we can download the form or we can fill out the form online. So if you guys want to save some time, go ahead and just download that form and fill it out before going to your appointment, so you don't have to fill it out there, because it's a pretty big form, 2 pages. And make sure you use the black ink when you are filling out the form. So he gave us the form, we fill it out, and then he asked for my naturalization certificate, my driver's license. At that time, my driver's license, I showed him, was the paper copy, because I just renewed my driver's license after I got my naturalization, because it was going to expire this year anyway. And so he said, do you have the previous one? Because I can use this, but I have to have the other driver's license you have before this. And so thankfully I have it in my wallet, so I hand it to him, and he said, then you're all good for this. And then he asked for a picture, if we have a picture, and we did. So we already took my picture and printed it out and ready to go. So you can go to, I think CVS does pictures for passports, it's 2x2, and Walgreens does also. I don't know if there are other places that does it, but or you can do it yourself, but if you will make sure it's right, you can go to those places. So I gave it to him, because if you don't have the picture, you can also do that at the post office. They also do that, but of course they will charge you for it. So then after that, I handed it to him. I started filling out the form, and then it's time to pay. So he was telling us how much it is and everything. And he's like, okay, are you paying with cash or card or check or whatever? And we're like, oh, can we use a credit card? And he's like, oh no, we can't do credit card. It has to be a debit card. And so we're like, oh, yeah, let's see if we have the debit card. We weren't very ready for this. Good thing it was only like 20 minutes away. So so we have to go home. But anyway, before that, so we're like, so I don't have a debit card after all. We don't have our check. We don't have any cash. We only have credit card. So if you are planning to do your US passport, make sure you either have cash, check, or your debit card. Make sure you know your PIN number. I know here in the US, we don't use a lot of debit cards. We use credit cards a lot, and so even though we have debit cards, we don't use it so often that we sometimes forget the password or the PIN code. So anyway, so then the next thing we were like, well, can we go home and get the cash, or we actually went and get the debit card. So we went, so it's a total of like 40 minutes in total back and forth. And then when we get back, we have the debit card. And I was like, I told my husband, are you sure you know the password for this? And it's like, yeah, I know. And so he put it in, and it worked. So I'm so glad. So but I also brought some cash just in case it didn't work as well. So that was it. And then after that, he said, okay, so it's gonna take until probably August is when you're gonna be getting your passport, and 3 days after that you're gonna get your naturalization certificate. Here's another thing: make sure that you are aware that you have to hand them over your naturalization certificate, the original naturalization certificate. That's why you want to make a photocopy of that certificate before you hand it over to them, just in case you need to show a document or something, because it's not going to come back until it's about like 3 months or 2 months and a half is when it's going to come in. So so make sure that you're aware, and make sure you make copies for that. And then he told us that a lot of people actually are not aware that they have to surrender their naturalization certificate, because nobody would tell you in the ceremony that you're going to have to do that. Actually didn't know that until our lawyer told us about it. And so we're well aware, and he kept asking it over and over, just to make sure. And also they would also ask you if you have some travel plans, because if you do, you can actually expedite your US passport. It will be more charge, but it will be, I believe like maybe a couple of weeks instead of like 2.5 months. So but of course it will be more money. I think it's like $200 more or something like that, something crazy. But since I didn't have any travel plans, I told him no, it's fine, whenever it comes, it's fine. So it'll be August, and he said 3 days after that you should be getting your naturalization certificate. And he told us, and he reassured us that they're aware that the naturalization certificate is very important to us, and that they will take care of it. And he hasn't heard anything that happened, or a situation where somebody didn't get their naturalization certificate after applying for a passport. So we felt pretty good about it. So and then that's it. And right now I'm just waiting for my passport. I also update you once I get it. And yeah, so stay tuned. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. And thank you all so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.